Everybody at Bayton Church, a C of E church. Interestingly, I went to a Church of England school when I was little, and about your age, I was going up to senior school, and I was wondering, what was I going to do? I didn't really know, didn't probably understand, what I could do or life really in general. So it's a great time for you to be speaking about aspirations, about your hope and your ambition. And at this age now, if you can get some clear understanding of where you maybe you want to go and what you want to do, that's an amazing thing. Now, I'm about 500 miles away, so I couldn't be with you today, unfortunately, but I've been asked to make a video to talk to you about a career in an industry that probably some people have seen on the television, and it's quite an unusual industry, and it's the industry of close protection, or bodyguarding as a lot of people would call it. So tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Lee Sansom, and I've been working in the close protection industry maybe longer than your mum and dad have been alive. But I'm a former soldier, British Army soldier. I've had an interesting career in the military, and I've been working in the close protection industry for a long time. I've done some of the best jobs in the world. I've worked with some of the most famous people in the world. Some of the people you probably won't even know, but I've worked with international sports people, international actors, singers, a lot of celebrities, a lot of important people who are heads of business in the world. I've worked with the royal families, and I've also worked with the British government for years overseas. I've worked all over Africa, Asia, America. I've worked all over the world. And what I wanted to talk to you today about was the close protection industry, but a bit more than that, a bit more about aspirations. And I wish somebody had said this to me when I was your age. And I know a lot of you now, you're quite mature and you're looking at going to senior school. So I hope you just remember a couple of things some tips I'll give you right now, that if you want to become a bodyguard, or for some of you, your aspirations to be, it might be a dentist, it might be a doctor, it might be a teacher, it might be a taxi driver, it might be a truck driver, it could be a nurse, it could be a vet, it could be an aircraft pilot, it could be, you might want to join the military, you might want to join the RAF, the police. It doesn't matter what you want to do. But what I want to say to you is this, and I say this I train a lot of international bodyguards now all over the world, and I've gone from doing to teaching. And what I say to people, soldiers, all kinds of special forces soldiers, female soldiers, female combat medics, male medics, from all over the world, every country you can think of. And what I say to them is, right, and I'm going to say this to you, is no matter what you want to be, no matter what you want to do, what you've got to do is you've got to be the best at what you do. Don't just tip up, don't just turn up and do the work. You've got to contribute. You've got to make yourself stand out from everybody else. You've got to be the first. You've got to ask the questions. You've got to be the smartest. You've got to be the fittest. You've got to be the strongest. You've got to want to be the best and contribute and serve. And then you will rise like cream rises in milk, you'll rise to the top and you will be the top of your profession. So it's not important what you want to do. I think what's important is how you want to do it and why you want to do it and how you're going to be the best in the world. Now, I'm one of the best bodyguards in the world. And if you want to come on my team, I interview you, because in the bodyguard world, if we get this wrong, it's very, very dangerous. And some of the places we get shot at, we get blown up. And there's a lot of bad people out there, and we protect the good people from the bad people. So I'm going to give you some tips now that if you want to ever be on my team, this is what I'd expect you to do. And I'd expect you to start training right now. And what you've got to do is you've got to care for other people. And you might think bodyguards are tough and all the rest of it, but essentially bodyguards have got to be very clever. We do a lot of work, we do a lot of stuff. We're booking aeroplanes, we're organising trips for people, we're making route plans, we're doing a lot of technical stuff in the security industry. So you've got to do well at school. Now, if you don't do well at school, you will never make a top bodyguard, because you can't be stupid and be top of any profession anywhere. So you've got to be clever, you've got to go to school, you've got to go to your lessons, you've got to ignore the people that want to drag you away and say, no, come with me, we don't want to be the best, come with me. You say no, and you've got to stick to your plan. Okay, so you've got to be clever, you've got to look after yourself, you've got to eat well, you've got to engage in physical activity, whether it's whatever sport it is, you must do some kind of sport, because you've got to keep your body fit, you've got to keep your mind fit. If you just keep your mind fit and the body isn't fit, it all falls down. If you just keep your body fit and don't keep your mind fit, that doesn't work either. So you've got to keep healthy body, healthy mind, healthy diet, you've got to stay off drugs, you've got to stay off drink. And you've got to work hard and go through college or university, get yourself clever, and then now you're going to be thinking about being a bodyguard. And the best way to do it is to join the military, and there's certain parts of the military if you join. And by this stage, you will know what to do, okay? By just going and looking at where the bodyguards come from as you get older. But keep it as a dream. So you've got to keep fit, you've got to look after each other. Now, you've got to start now by looking after your friends, your family, your parents, your teachers. And by looking after, I mean, there's a lot of respect here. And if you respect other people, then they are going to respect you. So you've got to treat people like you want to be treated. Now, the people that I've bodyguarded all over the world, some of the most famous people, they still keep in touch with me. Because I've affected their lives. Some of them, I've saved their lives. And they never, ever forget that. They keep in touch with me, they talk to me, they send me letters, and I keep in touch with them because we have a bond, because I care for them. I truly care for them. And as a bodyguard, you've got to be willing to put your life on the line. Now, this is one of the only jobs, really, where you're asked to do that. And to do that, you've got to be mentally very, very, very strong. So there you go. That's the close protection industry. Start now. Start looking after your friends. Start looking out for them. Start looking out for other people. Be a good person. Okay, be strong. You don't need to be a coward. You can be strong. And look after your friends, family, your teachers, your mums and dads. Okay, and just get used to looking after people. And some of the best bodyguards I've ever worked with, they've all got one thing in common, that they care about other people. Okay, and they're nice people, they like to talk, they're very clever, they're articulate as well. So you can talk about many, many things because you're studying the world, and you've got to enjoy travel, and you've been away from your family for long periods of time as well, which is very, very difficult. So anyway, there we go. That's a quick blast on the close protection industry. So the skills that you have to have as well, and which you will learn, you've got to be good at a lot of things if you want to be the best in the world, okay? So you've got to be an expert driver, and we learn a lot of different driving techniques. You've got to be able to use very, very technical equipment as well, that can detect things. So all this counter surveillance that we do with electronics and things like that, you've got to be able to use that. You've got to be able to manage teams. You've got to be able to speak different languages. You've got to be able to manage teams of people from different countries, which is a big challenge, but you've got to learn it. You've got to have really high enhanced medical skills. I do a lot of medical training because some of the places that I work, there is no medical facilities, sometimes for days. So I've got to have the skills to keep people alive. We almost have a mini hospital that we take around with us. You've got to be able to use weapon systems, and I know it's not nice talking about guns, I understand that, but some of the places that you work with a bodyguard, you need to be able to use weapons. You need to be able to be a weapons instructor, because you've got to teach the people that you're going to be working with to your standard. Right, so you can see now being a bodyguard is very technical. Now you've got to be good at close quarter combat. Now that seems a bit aggressive, but it's not attacking people, it's stopping people from attacking you, okay, in the quickest and easiest way possible. So you've got to be a master at that as well. You've got to be very good with mathematics, because you've got to figure out a lot of different stuff. You've got to figure out time zones. You've got to figure out timings, distance, fuel. You know, you've got to work out. And sometimes, you know, where we're working, you're working out the pay of the people that are working for you. So you've got to be a bit of an accountant as well. So being a bodyguard, as you can see now, is quite tricky, quite a tricky task. So this is my challenge to any of you out there that would like to follow in my footsteps and become, you know, an international bodyguard. And this is it. If you ever do it, what I would like you to do is one day maybe you remember this video and this strange man that was talking to you, but that inspired you to do it. And at that stage, you can give me a call and you can tell me, and that'll make me a very happy man. Okay, everybody, well, have a great day, and I hope that you achieve your aspirations. And I'm sure if you keep positive, okay, you keep your mind and your body healthy, stay away from people that tell you you cannot do it, because you can do anything that you put your mind to. And enjoy the next phase of your education. Okay, everybody, thank you and goodbye.